Hey there comic book fans, I'm John Anderson and I just watched episode 14 of Gotham. It was pretty good. We got the plot thickening between Penguin and Hugo Strange, we meet Matches Malone, and we get a nice nod to one of the most popular characters in the Batman mythos. But before I go any further, keep in mind I'm going to be going through key plot points from the episode, so if you haven't seen it yet, here is your spoiler warning. And there it goes. Last episode we learned that Matches Malone is most likely Bruce's parents' killer, and we have Alfred and Bruce on their way to try to find him, and Alfred wants to be the person to kill him, but Bruce has his own agenda and wants to kill him himself. So the last known assailant of Matches Malone is this criminal Cupcake, who when Alfred and Bruce confront, obviously just wants to fight. And Alfred, having a military background, is able to, keep up with Cupcake for a little bit, but this guy is like twice Alfred's size and gives him a pretty nice beating, literally hospitalizing him. But he does have some line of respect and gives them information to match his whereabouts, giving them the name of another person that might know where he is. This person, Jerry, who's kind of like this rock star punk person. So obviously Alfred doesn't want Bruce to track this Jerry person on his own, but since Alfred's hospitalized, Bruce takes upon himself to go find her, so that way he gets closer to Matches and he gets closer to killing him. So when we meet Jerry, she's a clear homage to Harley Quinn, and similar to that of Jerome, how Jerome wasn't exactly the Joker, I think Jerry is an influence for Harley Quinn. Not exactly Harley Quinn, but somebody who would eventually turn into Harley Quinn. So we see her take Bruce Wayne's gun and put it to her forehead, tempting him to shoot her, and we see that in The Dark Knight with the Joker tempting Harvey Dent to shoot him as well. And also when she's captured by Jim Gordon and he's interrogating her, she asks him what the time is because that may change her answer to where Bruce's whereabouts are. And we see that in the interrogation scene with Heath Ledger's Joker, where he asks Batman where Harvey Dent is, because based on the location it could be in one place or several. So as this main plot line is going on, we have some introductions of Hugo Strange testing the sanity of Penguin, and I'm assuming he's playing the long ball with Penguin because he lets him go saying that he is sane, but the promos hint that he kind of did something to Penguin's head, causing him to hallucinate. So we'll see how that relationship progresses as the season goes on. Now, thanks to the information from Jerry, Bruce is able to track down Matches' apartment, and we have a nice long drawn out scene of him interrogating Matches to make sure that he in fact was the person that killed his parents. Now, I really like this scene because it makes Matches a really sympathetic character. You feel his plight. Yes, he did terrible things and he regrets those terrible things, but the real kicker is that he does want Bruce to kill him because he feels bad that he killed this kid's parents right in front of him, and he feels like he should die for the wrong things that he does. So as we know from the Batman mythos, Bruce Wayne doesn't have the heart to kill him, and he leaves the gun on the table, which leads to him killing himself. And that really haunts Bruce, and this idea that he didn't kill him, but he made him kill himself is just kind of haunting for the character, and hopefully that will develop more as the series goes on. Now, in my last video, I'll leave a link in the description below, I mentioned how I thought Matches was going to be like a decoy and we'd find out that it was actually somebody else that killed his parents, but I actually don't have an issue with this because the person that killed his parents in the comics, Joe Chill, is very similar to Matches, that they're both low-level criminals that were shaped by Gotham and turned into these evil men out of desperation. And it really feeds into the idea that Gotham creates its villains and Gotham created Batman. But we'll see how that progresses because we have Bruce taken to the streets with Cat to learn how the criminal mind works, which hopefully will create some depth for Bruce Wayne as a character. And finally, we have a rivalry brewing between Ed Nygma and Jim Gordon because he's starting to ask some questions about Miss Kringle, who Ed killed earlier on in the season. And it looks like we're gonna get some true Riddler-esque puzzles and question marks throughout next episode, so I'm excited to see what comes of that. So that's my thoughts on episode 14. If you guys like this video, be sure to share and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook at John Ryan Anderson or on Instagram and Twitter at The Comic Look. And remember guys, as always, comics do deserve a second look.